Evening VC, Dave here. Got a stack of records here that I've been meaning to get around to showing, so we're gonna go through these. This might be a long one. There's a good amount here. So I took a purge stack into Lunchbox to Scott and got a fairly nice store credit to use. So I started it off by grabbing the Unwound box set, Kid Is Gone, Numero Group. And this contains their self-titled record, Caterpillar and Chant of Vengeance. And it comes with a nice book. They are really tight in this package, so I'm not gonna yank them out of there. But I can tell you that I picked up another one of their box sets too, which I'll show later in the video. This is the nicest, probably the nicest thing I have in my vinyl collection now. These Numero Group box sets are absolute perfection. I think there's 4 of them, so I'm gonna have a couple more to find, but phenomenal. This band is unbelievable band from Olympia, Washington area. Their drummer, she is one of the best. Fantastic drummer. Amazing guitars here, vocals. It's I think it's this stuff came out in the mid '90s. It's to me it's better than Nirvana. That's just personal opinion. Love that stuff. Next, it's a double record from the Idaho duo, Wolf Serpent, and this is Paragaia Antakarana. I think this came out in 2013, possibly. This is on Relapse Records. Very heavy, female violinist, the guitarist here, kind of growly vocals on this one. And there's a lot of atmospheric beginnings to tracks where it's like they're in the woods. It's just nature, and then it just goes into just tearing it up. This is a real good one. Real heavy, real kind of gothic heavy, fantastic violin playing. It's just, I'm in love with this violin player. She's amazing. That's a great find. Second record, I think. I need their first. I have an EP. Roger Coleman got me into that band when he showed that, and I just kind of ran into one same day at Lunchbox. It was crazy. The next record is one that I had on CD, but found a vinyl copy for $6, so couldn't pass. The Skull Defects, Dances and Dreams of the Known Unknown. This has vocalist Daniel Higgs from Lungfish. This record it was recorded in 2013. So it's Stefan Bronstrom and is who recorded it, and Daniel Fagerstrom is the lead guitar, synthesizer, vocals. Of course, Daniel Higgs has some tracks where he also is on vocals, plays some percussion and ghost catcher. But the opening track on side B, A Waking Dream, is basically a heavy Lungfish track. Fantastic. The rest is kind of like 9 Inch Nails meets Lungfish, which is bizarre, but pretty cool record. And I think it's on gold wax, but it was, somebody had and there's Daniel Higgs right there. Really cool insert of the band. And yeah, it's on this kind of yellowy gold. Cool labels. I'm not into the whole record, but I'm a big Fish guy, so anything Daniel Higgs is probably gonna need to be on vinyl at some point. So grab that since it was seller had it 25% off, and then extra on top of that off. Let's see, next here, met up with Digital Gramophone, John, and I don't think he'd been out in a while as far as digging goes, and maybe he's just been doing pickups, so it was good to get out and do for this second record store day drop. And I grabbed, with the store credit that I had left over from the Purge, the other Unwound box set that Scott had in, Empire, Numero Group. And this one contains, let's see what's all in this one, Leaves Turn Inside You, Empire, and Challenge for a Civilized Society are the records on this, and I'll just kind of show you one for, you see these are amazing inserts, and then the records here's the insert, words, photo, and then like the records sleeves are like the actual, what the regular record would look like. Fantastic pressings on black vinyl, very delicious. So yeah, these are extremely well put together packages from Numero Group, and like I said, I've got to pick up the other two that they did. It pretty much covers the discography. And there's also a 10 CD box that I'd love to get a hold of. I think one of the guys in the VC, Sean, maybe has that or had it. And then I also grabbed this at Lunchbox on the RSD Drop 2-day Micaiah McCraven Universal Beings E&F sides. This I guess had been out, but this has got a bunch of the great London scene on it, Shabaka Hutchings, Nubia Garcia, etc. Fantastic label from Chicago, International Anthem Recording Company. Jeff Parker's here from Tortoise, and yeah, since I already had Universal Beings, had to grab that. And I wanted to get the Don Cherry, but just wasn't in the cards. This also came in the mail. This was also from Record Store Day Drop 1. 7-inch from the X, All Corpses Smell the Same, limited clear. Fantastic band from Amsterdam, and this was their first ever 7-inch back, I think probably like 1980, and I got to see them in Barcelona at Primavera Sound in 2014. It's where I really first heard them, fell in love with the band. It was one of the most fun gigs of the whole thing, so this is really cool. Superior Viaduct redid this, and they do a fantastic job, as you know. So John and I headed up to Noble Records to see Dylan and dig around up there, and found this in the new arrivals, M Boom Collage on Soul Note. So this is basically Max Roach with all his compatriots on percussion and drums, like Joe Chambers, Roy Brooks, Ray Mantilla, Freddie Waits, etc. Fantastic, cheap find. This kind of rare one to find here in North Carolina. This is France pressing on the America label, the fabulous Paul Blake Quintet. This is an original press because it does have on the side it says the fabulous Paul Blake Trio, which is a misprint. But Don Cherry's here, Ornette Coleman, Charlie Hayden, Billy Higgins with Paul Blake. I thought it was interesting that the main picture on front and back is Don Cherry with Paul being the lead, but very cool. And I think Alex said this photo came from BYG, which is interesting too. Very early live date from LA in 1958, so very early free jazz. Fantastic. And then I grabbed this, which is, I don't grab a lot of classic rock, but I love the movie The Life Aquatic, and Sal George's version of the David Bowie songs, and 5 of them are on this record. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. So this is a 1980 pressing on RCA Victor. It's got a slight warp, but plays through just fine. And it was a good price, so grab this. And man, yeah, Ziggy Stardust and Suffragette City are all-time tracks. Jam this is fantastic. Don't need to say much more there. This arrived from Dusty Groove, Louis Gasca, on Blue Thumb, and man, fantastic record. Alex had just shown this recently. Joe Henderson on tenor, Carlos Santana's on guitar, Stanley Clarke bass. This is beautiful stuff. Just fantastic record. 70s. I think it's a gatefold. Yeah. Really cool. Cover's not the best of shape, but the record's fine. And his price was right, so jumped on that. And then let's see, the next few came from Permanent. Got a German press of Cluster Stemungen, which is I think a comp from I don't know, somewhere in the 80s. Fantastic Cluster, Krautrock, electronic, great record. And then some more Krautrock, Can soundtracks, one of the reissues from Spoon, 2014, US press. Of course, Damo Suzuki's on this one. This is early Can. I think maybe the first record that Damo was on. I don't think he was on their first record. This is the second, basically their second album. Great stuff. And then this record, which is an interesting one, Mulhall Richard Abrams' Celestial Birds. This was put out this year on Carl Records out of Germany. So you've got Anthony Braxton, George Lewis, Roscoe Mitchell on here with Mulhall Richard Abrams. This is electronic stuff from him, so a little bit different in his catalog. And then you've got I got a few records from Alex at Motor 247. Bad Brains, self-titled. This one's on Dutch East India Trading Homestead Records from 1990, this copy. Of course, this came out on cassette well beforehand. Fantastic DC punk. Had never come across any early pressings, so I was happy to get these from Alex. And then 83 press of Rock for Light from Bad Brains on PVC. This one's killer right here. Love this record. And then he also threw in, he had got OG of this recently, so threw in this reissue he had of Byron Pope, Music for Earth Dwellers and Star Seekers. Looking forward to spinning this. Haven't had a chance. It's kind of a massive stack here, but some contemporary jazz here. Yeah, pretty cool. I think it's from originally from '82. Kind of cosmic type stuff. And a couple dub and reggae reissues. King Tubby presents The Roots of Dub. It's a Canada cheap reissue. Some all-time stuff from King Tubby. And then Keith Hudson, Flesh of My Skin, Blood of My Blood. This is a Germany press on Basic Replay. Also very, very cheap. This is some killer reggae right here. Man, Augustus Pablo's on this as well. This is going to be a good one to spin on the weekend. And a cheap copy on Catalyst, the U.S. press of Terra Masahino Sextet. I think this is called Fuji, is the original name of this record. All Japanese musicians with him. Yeah, it's the first track on side B is Fuji. 17 minute 43 seconds of brilliance. Love Terra Masahino on the trumpet, as you know. And last but not least, my friend Travis Kamer. He's an amazing singer and guitarist for the band Hall now. Spelled Haal, out of Johnson City, Tennessee. He used to be a guitarist in Okoye, and then he was a bass player for Generation of Vipers. And this is Coffin Wisdom, their last album. This is on Translation Loss. Oh, this come out, geez, 2013, I think, is when this came out originally. And this is the kind of the orange splatter, real great heavy stuff. I've had all their CDs for a long time and never had any of the wax, so I was really surprised to see this pop up. So grabbed it. Beautiful copy. Great stuff. Check them out. Generation of Vipers. They've toured Europe. They were big for a while before they broke up. That didn't go quite as long as I thought. That's everything. Hope everybody's well. Peace.